gotta understand that. You see me texting someone saying, like, I wanna be with them. It's not like I wanna be with them.
You are a cheater.
Did he just...
If I text someone else that I wanna basically do something with them, that doesn't mean I'm gonna actually go and do that and be with them or do that thing, or I don't know why you took that out of context when it's clear as day what I actually meant. I don't understand why you're taking it up to offense and taking it so literally. That's not what I meant.
Is that what he said? Anyway, because different couples classify a break differently. Because like some people might tell themselves, okay, so while we're on this break, we're completely single and individual. That is so weird to me. What's the point of being together at that point? Because some people, they want to like keep like an image of, if I was ever with somebody and then this person decides to be on a break, it's over. Because if they classify a break as being like single, yeah, but if they want like space, they want time to like not have to like worry about maybe texting me back or like thinking about me or like having me as their like focal point for like the day or the week kind of thing. I'm not really emotionally dependent on somebody anymore in a relationship. And also I wouldn't need a break because I would be able to give that person space that they need, or like not too much, because then there's no point in being together. To me, a break that's giving you guys ultimate freedom and you're acting single it's fair, right? It's very fair to want that, and then maybe be able to maintain it if you guys both agree and you're kind of on the polyamorous spectrum. But to me personally, if you have a relationship with someone and you want your cake and you eat it too, and you're taking a break, you know, you want them but you don't want them, and it's back and forth, it's kind of like a broken traffic light, like a yellow light that's turning red and you're keeping it at yellow. In a sense, you're holding the relationship at a yellow light when it needs to be red. Because being in a relationship is supposed to be like a shared good time, you know what I'm saying?
I got mad about something. How you answered the phone?
What'd I say? Wait, don't tell me. I said, yeah.
That's how you answered the phone.
I just woke up like,
yeah. Like, the way that I received it was like, am I bothering you? Like,
and then after that, like, I thought I rectified it. All right,
he
what's
thought
up?
he rectified it with what's up. Yeah, that's where we're at.
Who do you...
You shouldn't, first of all, you shouldn't have to teach someone how to treat you. At that point, you're better off being single and treating yourself the way that you want to be treated. Every individual on this planet has their own hurt and traumas and like love language. At this point in my life, I've learned to not feel like this is okay or do this. To constantly make someone feel like they're not doing enough or being like enough for you. And this goes for any relationship in your life. People that are overbearing or make you feel like you have to spend time or talk to them. I don't think you would like that if they did that to you. If you feel like your partner talks to you on the phone very subpar, or like doesn't do all the things that you need them to do the way you need them to do it, and you're noticing that you have to like mother them or like teach them how to treat you, or like I can change him or I can change her, or like she doesn't suck me enough, or like she doesn't do this enough, or like he doesn't do this enough, he doesn't hug me and he doesn't and she doesn't and they don't and we don't, and you need to break up because you're literally with the wrong person. And if it's been like a long time of this, especially like, it's not that they don't like you, don't love you, or never cared about you, don't care about you. It's not that they are a bad person. It's not that you're a bad person. It's not that you're demanding. It's not that you need to change what you like or want. It's not that they need to change what they do or don't do. Maybe sometimes it's like a lot of stress, and a break would prove to y'all that you are better off as individuals. And a lot of circumstances could like make that a little more difficult. But if you feel like you're in your soul that something is not right, you cannot change someone to be the perfect human being for you. to fit your perfect little fantasy in your head, or like this promise that you made to yourself. Because, like, not to say promises are meant to be broken, they're not, but you're allowed to change your mind or change your course of life if, like, this relationship is not working out. Things happen and people evolve and stuff and change, and, like, you can't force somebody to be perfect for you, especially if they have their own thing going on. And I feel like a lot of people don't really recognize when their partner's going through something, if maybe they're going through something, because I've been there before. And when you have like something really stressing you out in life, like maybe grief or like trauma or like PTSD, or like you're bored, or just etc., and then you feel like your partner is not going through exactly what you're going through, they're still going through it in a different way, or going through their own things that maybe they don't talk about, or they can't talk about with you because you constantly make them feel like they're not doing enough, and it's just like puts them in this freeze mode of like, what should I do then? Or like, sometimes it's flipped, but the point is, people should not be forcing someone to be a person they're not. And don't lie to yourself if you're the other partner taking on more than you can handle, because you don't want to lose them either.
Do you think is having the harder time with this break, me or you?
Me.
What?
We still live together, even in separate rooms. I don't want to think about you bringing somebody into a place that we got together. I personally wouldn't be able to do that. That's why for me, like on a break or on an open relationship or whatever, I can't talk to someone like you talk to people. I can't.
You want an open relationship? Is that what you're...
I want the open relationship, but it's like, when I try to mess with other people, it's like she's all into what I'm doing. And it's
No.
like,
In an open relationship, my definition of that...
I just wanted to quickly say that it seems like she's making rules for the relationship and not really giving him a chance to actually input his own set of rules. And from my understanding, an open relationship tends to be open. And so long as you guys come back to each other at the end of the day or the end of the break or whatever. So her making rules and then not even wanting the rules that she made to happen is very controlling. And I feel like she over-sexualizes herself in order to keep his attention or keep him in the relationship, because maybe she has like this sexual addiction or sexual issue within herself and or just with him that she's not addressing or trying to really change right now, which is fine. Everyone has their vices. I'm not judging at all. I'm saying I feel like she's the type of individual that is okay with him going out to have sex with someone else, because sex to her is like currency, or like something that is like, you know, easily attainable. She looks at it like it's nothing and everything at the same time type of deal. And she doesn't want him to go out and emotionally bond with someone else, because maybe all she has that's hooking him is sex, because she's probably aware that as a human being, she's not really that fun to be around. So if he were to emotionally create a bond with someone else, it would actually probably give him every reason to leave her, because it's probably just sex to them or him or her. And I'm not saying I know everything. I'm just basing this off of observation. Not to say she's not a good human being, but maybe just not for him, and she's aware that they aren't compatible beyond sex for long, if that makes sense. And honestly, I truly feel like she's okay with him having sex with someone else just to give herself a high end of the day trophy. Because if he comes back to her, possibly, I don't know everything, him coming back would validate that she's like his favorite or like the best. And going out and making an emotional bond with someone else is very threatening to her, because maybe she doesn't work on her personality or like humanity truly, and him possibly enjoying someone else overall is threatening, because she won't feel like the best after that.
We made the rules is you go have sex with other people. You don't build a relationship.
She's subjected into like,
But
she
that's
makes
what
it
we
one
agreed
thing.
on.
Who do you think is having the harder time with this break? Me or you?
See, that's why I don't do that. I wouldn't even start that type of deal with somebody that's clearly not sure of what they're really okay with. He's already mentioning that she changes up her mind a lot. So I would suggest, even though it's probably not simple or easy, I would suggest you literally like find a way to break up, because it's giving this is a never-ending cycle that would go on forever unless somebody was strong enough to cut it short or initiate healing. And you cannot heal in the same place that's hurting either or both of you, because if it's hurting one, it's hurting both, and if it's hurting both, it's hurting both. And you know, it's kind of like driving home from a party with your friends. Somebody has to be sober, right? Because if everyone's drunk in love or stuck in a loop, right, how are we gonna get home? And also, we all going down if nobody's strong enough or willing enough to pay attention and, you know, do this properly. It seems like she's trying to be okay with things that she's not okay with, just so she doesn't lose him. And that could work for anybody, whether it's the guy or the girl or whoever else is in the relationship, if it's not like heterosexual. Don't pretend that you're okay with things that you're not okay with, or like flip-flop a lot, because that's not fair to the partner that's really trying to work things out. Or if you guys got together really young, or like you guys are together and you're really young, and then like you're literally growing up or changing, or one is and one isn't, that's not really fair. It's not fair to basically pin someone down because they said something at a point in their life where they were like young, or like that you were both young and like wild in love and stuff.
You.
Why do you think me?
Because you're emotional. I mean, it's not to say it's a breeze for me, but I believe you're having a hard time.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much will you miss the sex if we break up?
I already miss it. What are you talking about? 1,000 and 1,000,000, 20 billion? What?
And then that right there, kind of is telling me that they have like an addiction, maybe not even to the person, but to like sex, because I don't think it usually has anything to do with like the other person when they act like that, like they don't want to let them go. It's like they feel like for some reason this person fills a specific void that they feel like they can't find anywhere else, and they just need to deal with that. And it's good to use the power of the tongue in life to get what you want, you know, like really speak things into existence, like I know you want me, I know you love me, I know this is gonna happen, I know this is good. But when it's at a level that's like ignorant and they're not really agreeing with you, or like necessarily disagreeing with the other side of that, like if they say, so you don't think I'm enough, or like you want other people, and then the other partner's just kind of like, I do care about you, but you kind of like speak for me, or like you like twist my words a lot, or like you kind of just force me to want you, or you're forcing me to be with you. And then you're not forcing me, but it's like I feel guilty if I'm moving on. And then, you know, that's like a really low vibrational place to be, like guilt or shame. And like some people really care so much about someone that they will put up with like that feeling of like being guilty if they even look at someone else or like talk to someone else. Not to say that that person is completely innocent and didn't give their partner reasons to be that way. I'm not saying F you and you're cool. I'm saying everybody has like the opportunity to grow and learn from like what they've been through. And again, if one is like growing and evolving and the other is stuck on like either old things, or they're just not getting through like a specific time in life, or like they're not healing things that are internal, or like, you know, obviously not their partner's fault anymore or at all, it would be ignorant to basically force a situation off the premise of you said or we said or we, when it should always be like fair and like agreeable, a relationship. I feel like what happened to you, the partner that's acting a little unhealed, that's not your fault. The healing part is your responsibility. Like holding on to a relationship that's uncomfortable is equivalent to a dog maybe holding on to a toy that has like spikes in it, and they're just playing with that in their mouth and stuff, and it's like, bro, put that down, or like, please, doggy, put that down. And a lot of people really are like addicted, or like enjoy, or found a way to enjoy emotional pain in relationships or like in life, because that's all they know. And honey, you better get into the unknown, because life is more than challenges or pain. That is a literal matrix ideology that you actually need to escape from and emancipate yourself from.
Tell me one reason why we should stay together and one reason why we should break up.
I mean, because it's like, I don't see there's like no reason to really break up. The shit that you be pushing me to change is the shit that I already know I need to change within myself. That's a good reason for me, like, for us to stay together. But like,
He just said the things that you're telling me to change in the relationship, I know I need to change them. I haven't done shit to change. That's why we should stay together, based on potential. He didn't even say, I'm actively working on it. So he already kind of just told me that he has like a control issue. And his hat says sex.
like that's easier said than done.
Did you try? It's easier said than done sometimes, because couples can have like high demands for each other and stuff. But it's like, have you tried? Have you tried anything that she suggested? Or you just, I know, sex? Like, bruh.
I genuinely think that we are like soul-tied humans. I think you like understand me more than anybody ever.
Anybody that feels like they have the right to speak for both of you, I think I've mentioned this in the beginning of the video, when they say something like, oh yeah, I know you want kids with me, or like, I know you want to know what it feels like to be my partner, or we are soul tied, or they force this deeper meaning to the relationship than it has, or than you think it has. And yes, deep ties like that really do exist if you both agree to it, because they want that themselves, and they are trying to seem less or appear less controlling and or weird. She said, you're the only person that I feel like understands me, which is like totally cool to be with someone, right, who understands you. You want to be in a relationship with someone who understands you and gets you and acts accordingly, and both of you do that for each other. However, it's not okay to not branch out, make friends, and or maybe understand yourself. You feel like this person understands you better than you do or anyone else, so they're not allowed to leave you or abandon you. That's what that kind of sounds like, because that's kind of guilting someone to stay with you because nobody else, quote unquote, nobody else understands them. And unfortunately for this individual that speaks this way, they would ultimately be admitting that they have unhealed abandonment issues. So this person ultimately understands that part about you as well as the other parts that you so need them to understand and stay with you for. they're allowed, this other individual that's dating you, unhealed individual, they're allowed to like leave if they understand you so much that they understand that this relationship is uncomfortable as
Why we should stay together? It's because we're gonna have the most beautiful children you'll ever see.
Oh shucks. Of course she would say that.
You only want a baby out of me?
That's so wicked when people do that. When they like really, really are with you because they like want your money, a baby, sex, like status, they literally tell on themselves too. And I'm so glad I've gotten out of a lot of situations like early for myself, because like it's not just girls that act like this or men that act like this. It's like, I mean, women or men. It could be anybody that just tells on themselves. And then if you're catching on to their tricks, right, they'll start selling you this dream of, oh no, I just can't see myself with anyone else. You definitely can open your legs to create a child, so you have no problem opening up the brain as well and your imagination to go somewhere else with this bullshit. In fact, I really don't want to have children with somebody that has like demons that they're clearly fighting, because I don't want those demons to expand out into other demons, you know, that would hurt my child potentially, like maybe their psyche or their upbringing, because you needed to see something so badly. They typically want a child that looks pretty much just like you, with like a sprinkle of their genes. So like if it's a woman acting like that, she wants a son so bad. Or if it's a guy acting like that, God forbid, they want a daughter. Oh, no.